Everybody's welcome. Doing a live. I'm going to draw a flamingo and paint a flamingo. So let's get to it. I have my water line here. And I'm going to probably make several mistakes, but just go step through it with me. Okay, start here. I'm going to draw leave the legs for later. I'm going to get paint. Got a brush. Can I get some water? Okay, now we're going to go paint. Here we go. Okay, so here's the outline of the flamingo, and I have some of this vermilion color and white. I'm going to mix those two colors. I don't know why I'm painting the flamingo first instead of painting the background first, because I always would paint the background first, and I'd always tell everyone to paint the background first. Hello, Miranda. So I'm going to finish painting this. I'm going to paint the background, and then I'll probably paint over it again to make sure I get the edges and do all the highlights and things. The reason I paint the background first, or tell others to paint the background first, is because you're going to end up, you could easily end up going into the different lines, like crossing of the lines, and it's going to end up being muddy lines. So if you paint the background first, let it dry, and then you can paint a nice clean line over it. So the background, what shall we do? A light blue. Light blue. Take an ultramarine. Some of my favorites. Ultramarine blue for the sky. Cerulean blue is also really good for the sky. I'm going to get a different brush. Back. Okay, I'm going to get a brush. I'll use for the background. And paint a light background. Blue and white. Ah, that's a mess up. Okay, let me get that off. I am just getting it on there, and then I'll smooth everything out. See if we can find a phthalo blue. Neon blue. brilliant blue. Brilliant blue I think will be good for this water here. And a little bit more white. I'm not even rinsing off my brush. I'm just going to go right into the brilliant blue. See how the brilliant blue, see how different the brilliant blue looks from the ultramarine blue. The ultramarine blue definitely has more, we'd say, red in it. And I always use ultramarine for the sky, and then I use the brilliant blue and phthalo blue for the water. And then also like phthalo green and turquoises and things like that. I'm going to start very light at the water line. And I want to bring it to be darker down below. This is just a simple painting I wanted to do here on this tonight. I promised myself I would do a painting tonight for the YouTubes, and I wanted to keep that promise to myself. And I just joined the, what is it, the Texas Art and Soul painting party headquarters. So I'm going to start painting a lot of their ideas. Because their ideas are really awesome. Plenty of paint on here, make it flow back and forth. One of the things I tend to do is I tend to paint really dark, very dark. So I am really working on lightening up my paintings with less color and just more white. So it's definitely something I need to work on. Okie dokie. The sky here is a little splotchy. I'm going to see if I can smooth that out a little bit. Make me happier. A little bit more of the ultramarine. A little more white. This coming month at Fatty's Fish Shack in Palm Harbor, we will be painting flamingos. So I'm probably going to see if I can paint a couple of them. Paint a couple of them, practice, and then also give people different ideas on what they can do. to blend. If you have a question about blending, you just got to keep going over it, back and forth, back and forth. And a really good trick is to take a dry brush, like this one. It's like a dry brush like that one, and then go over it. Blend your lines in with that. Don't know if I'm going to be doing that this time. Definitely, painting on paper is definitely different than painting on canvas. Probably better stop this little fiddle with this and just kind of get back onto painting the flamingo. So let me see. It's not the reason for this, but let me see if I can get this brush. A lot of this paint is already dried, which wouldn't do on canvas. Okay, in the water, in the water. Now I'll get back to my flamingo. I also have these pencil lines that I want to cover up. And I'm going to take a little bit of just the straight, the darker, the original Vermillion. And I'm just going to blend on the belly here. Make it slightly darker underneath all this. I'll work on blending that in as well. And then I'm actually going to look at a little bit of a lighter one go on the top, collect some highlights. And I'm just going to dry off my brush, get all that excess paint off of it, and then I'm going to kind of go and blend these two together. Tiny more of a little highlight up top here. Cat. Tiny bit more. Okay, now I'm going to get the beak and the eyeball, a little bit of black. Okay, well, we're going to do the more black, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you how we're doing the legs too. Okay, good. So for the black eyeball, starts off with a white little circle, right? Okay, I am going to do first, I'm going to take the back of a brush and I'm going to make a circle for his eye. Then I'm going to take the smaller brush, the smaller back, and I'm going to dip it in the black. Just going to go right on. There's too much white. And I messed it up. Messed it up. There's too much white there on this. I'm going to just leave that as it is. Okay, small brush for the beak. Two things. In painting flamingos, I have found that there's two kinds of beaks. There's the kind that are, I have to go look. Just give me a second, everybody. Yes, I am looking for the flamingo. Yes, okay. Got too much black in it, so I'm just going to have to wait a moment. Let that dry, then we'll put some more on top of it. And in the meantime, I'm going to see if I can patch this up right up into here. And then I'm going to do the legs. The legs are we're going to do the palette knife. Yes. I have this nice long palette knife I'm going to do the legs with. I'm going to show you how I do that. So I'm going to I have a strip of black paint here, and I'm going to dip it in there, and then I'm going to make the legs all the way down. Okay, too much? It's fine. I'm going to do the back, the bend one. That's okay. I'm totally fine with his legs being like that. It's not perfect. Well, maybe I can fix this a little bit. And then I'll rinse that off a little bit. Second thought, taking that off. You know what? And you're lifting one of his feet. But his other feet is going to be in the water, right? So cover that up. Okie dokie. So there is a very simple flamingo. And let's see if I can find some other ones later to paint later. But, so this paper that I'm using to answer your question is, turn it this way. It is Canson's Mixed Media 98 pound. So it can take acrylic, watercolor, pen, and ink. And I have this with like a collection of lots of different paintings that I just keep painting ideas for. So that's what that is. And there is your simple flamingo for the evening. And I think that's about it for the night. At least for right now. I might pull out another one, but there you go. Thank you guys for watching, and have a blessed night and do some painting. Let's see, maybe I'll do another one. We'll check it out. To end this one, oops.